What's up, YouTube? Welcome back to my channel. I'm Steph, growing in Zone 6B. If you are here for the first time, welcome for the first time. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. So I haven't made a video in a while. Doesn't mean I haven't been working though. I have been doing all the things. My daughter is getting ready to graduate from high school. And it's just been busy, y'all. Life has been lifing, but it doesn't mean that I haven't been working in the garden. So since it is almost the end of May and the weather is hopefully warming up in Ohio, I thought I would just kind of walk you guys through the garden, show you guys what I'm doing, talk a little bit about the different things that I did this year, and why, and just go through the kind of the good, the bad, the good, the great, and the bad. So let's get into it. So first of all, I planted some herbs here. I changed out this front part of my garden because I wanted to have a section specifically for herbs. I use what they call the sunken container method. So these here nursery pots, you just cut the bottom out at the bottom. You just cut the bottom out, and then you just sink them in the ground. You put the good soil in the container, and then the idea behind this is that the roots will actually expand out in the bottom. So this is a space-saving technique that I'm trying, that I actually saw the Rustic Gardener do with his peppers, and so I'm trying it with my herbs, and so far I'll say so good. So this right here is some variegated sage. I will tell you, I divided this plant, so I have one here and one there. So I divided the plant in half and put it in two different containers. So I have two different ones, and it is doing pretty well. These leaves are a little discolored, but that's okay. It smells really good. And then of course I have some rosemary here that I grew from seed. It's got some new growth on it right there. This is chamomile here, chamomile there. So divided those plants. Some lemon balm, which I realize is in the mint family. It may spread a little bit, but I've been very diligent. This is some pineapple mint here, which this is not in a sunken container because mint will spread too much, so I didn't put that in the sunken container. Right here we got some lavender, some dill, which back here by my deck provides a little bit of shade, so that's not in a sunken container either. It could have been, but I figured this planter and that planter could match. I haven't figured out what to plant up this very small trellis. If y'all have an idea of what I should, y'all let me know. Maybe some cucumbers, I don't know. And then I have two of these planters, which is feverfew, and this is from last year, so that's not in a sunken container, and neither is that. Now I haven't done all of my comfrey yet, or my mullein, which I'm learning that they don't really like the sun. So I did a little bit of feverfew here. We'll get to those strawberries in a minute. I did a little bit of feverfew here, which surprisingly is sending up some flowers. Now I know this will spread, but that's okay. But if you look at this comfrey, it's not really doing well, and that's mullein. It's not doing well either. So what I'm doing this year as kind of a safety net is putting things in several different planting methods. I'll put some in the ground, some in containers, and we'll just see how it does, because I figure if I do it that way, then I don't lose out. Now, I'm gonna zoom in on this bug. Do y'all know what that is? Is that one of those, what they call midges? I have an abundance of these in my yard. I mean a ton. And this is my peach tree, and it really wasn't a dwarf, but when I bought it from Home Depot last year, the center was already cut out, and I actually really liked that the center was cut out because I want to keep these trees small. So it has like a ton of new growth on it. This light green leaf, and you can see this different color leaves is new growth, and so it loves this spot, and I love it for it. It will not probably produce any fruit this year, but that's okay. It's getting established. So that lets me know that really the trees that I have that are really, really tall, I can actually cut the center out here and let it bush out this way and keep the tree small. This tree also had some, I forget what it's called. It was some kind of curled leaf disease. And when I looked it up, it was saying if it's not bad, you can pluck those leaves off. And that's what I did. I'll show you another tree, and I'll put the name up there as soon as I think of it, or I might have to look it up. But anyway, I took the few leaves that were infected off, and actually this tree is doing very well. This is a patio peach, and you can see look at this. This is just infected with these bugs. I don't know what that means or what that doesn't mean, but you can see this leaf here I'm gonna have to pull off, and this tree actually has some aphids. I haven't planted this one yet, but even look over here. I don't know what these flying bugs are, but if you know, let me know. But anyway, this tree has some aphids too that I have to do something about. But that's what that disease looks like for this peach tree. And it's still in the pot. I haven't planted it yet. Don't mind my irises and my dead rose bushes. But walking through, you can see my strawberry patch. These are all June bearing strawberries, and literally I have hundreds. So if I do like this, you'll see these bugs flying out too. But you can see hundreds of strawberries in here looking like that. I'll go in and see all of these strawberries in here. I will probably preserve them, some of them. I will eat some of them fresh. I may give some away. And if you look deep down, let's see if I can get a good view. The only thing about this here is some slugs. You see that slug on that leaf? So actually, for these strawberry plants, I will prune some of these leaves so that the sun can get to some of the berries, and they're all through in the fence. But this is a contained area. I have a Concord grape here that's growing. You know what? I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with that right now. I put that there last year because I didn't have anywhere else to put it. Y'all know how it is, and you got to stick it somewhere or it'll die. So I just put it right there. And so it's kind of growing wild, but I'll leave it. But anyway, here's all the strawberries. And if I step back, I don't usually let them get out to this walkway. Like this runner here, I won't let this stay here. I'll take that out. I'll take that one out so that it doesn't get in my walkway. But I picked my first ripe strawberry yesterday, and you know, despite the weather, things are growing well. This blueberry bush came out of dormancy late, so that's why it only has a few leaves on it. And you'll see I have a apple tree that's about 3 years old that didn't come out of dormancy this year, and I'm hoping that it survives. But right here is my oldest raspberry. This is my yellow raspberry. You can see it is loaded. It is an everbearing variety, and It is. It's loaded. It'll do well. I have lots of raspberries. Raspberries are very easy to grow, and so that's why I have so many, because they're so easy to grow. This cherry tree, I'm gonna have to move. It is not doing well here, and I'm gonna put it. It's a dwarf variety. I'm gonna put it in a pot so that it can thrive. So I'll probably dig that out sometime this week. It's dropping leaves. It has some new leaves, but this is not a good spot for that. Don't mind my weeds. Haven't cleared this out yet to do anything with it. But here is the other blueberry bush. So remember the one over there that said took a while to break dormancy? This one did it. So this one actually has blueberries coming on it. Quite a few. And so yeah, I'm waiting on them to fill it. I haven't gotten blueberries before. Oh, I got like 1 or 2 last year. And that's it. But I haven't gotten blueberries. And I'm noticing this looks like, is that some raspberries? I haven't gotten raspberries. This is a vining variety raspberry bush. I have the other ones I have are bush varieties, but this one is not. You can see how the vines are running out here and here. And I did fertilize them in the spring with some organic berry fertilizer. The berries are really the only thing that I special fertilize, and maybe my root crops. But is that a blueberry? If this camera can focus. Maybe it is. I mean, I'm not blueberry, raspberry. I haven't gotten raspberries off of this bush before, and I hope that they're not going to be sticker bushes like that, because I'm not a fan. But at any rate, that's my other raspberry. This is then yet a third raspberry, which has a ton of raspberries on. This one is black, so this one is a vining red. The other one is a yellow that I showed you. This one is black jewel raspberry. It has a ton on it as well. You know, what I really should do is probably get different varieties so that they will ripen at different stages, so I don't have so many. But that's okay. These are all ever-bearing, and so they'll produce again and give me a second rush of blueberries sometime between the middle of summer and towards the fall. But you see, they're ripening, and they're further along than this. They're further along, I don't know why, than this one. Way back here in the back is some blackberries. They're starting to come in as well, as you can see right there, like so. And so it don't look like I'm gonna get very many of those this year. I really need a second raspberry plant. I mean blackberry plant. So moving right along down here, this is my wooden ladder that I was trying to figure out what to do with it. So I planted some peas in this pot, some onions there that I got from Home Depot, and some peas in this pot too, but they haven't come up yet, but they will. And then the whole idea is for them to grow up this ladder, which I think is a great idea. Here's my echinacea or bee balm. Now, this right here is my elderberries. I don't think that I put these elderberries in the right place, y'all, just by way of how big this is already. This is only the second year, so if you haven't grown an elderberry, I haven't, just know that it's gonna get huge, and this might not be the spot for it. It's already big, so I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with it. I may have to move this at the end of the season and put it along the fence. We'll see. Now, if you're growing in a small space, here is an example of something that you can do. You can tuck some onions or lettuce in a space like this. I got these from the Dollar Tree years ago, and they still sell them. And so that's an example of what you might be able to do. Now, I have more blueberry. This is a volunteer. For the record, this is a volunteer giant red mustard. I'm actually going to prune. This is 2 plants. I'm actually going to prune this giant red mustard today. And look at that. It's a slug right there. Even though it didn't rain, it's a slug right there. So I'm going to prune this giant red mustard. Go ahead and get the leaves. And I'm going to add some slug bait now that I know it's a slug in there. And you know what? I'm going to just knock him off. Get on. Come on now. Get on off of there. So, knocked him out of there. And then these blueberries, look at them. They coming in. They small. They small, but I'm excited. I'm going to get them. I don't know why this stem didn't grow anything on it. This is supposed to be a patio variety that grows a lot, but I have not gotten a lot of production off of this plant at all. This is the one that I got like 2 little strawberries, 2 little blueberries on last season. And so it is producing more this year, but the way that it's producing, I'm not impressed with. This bed here, I'm gonna have to do some revamping because these cabbages are too close together. They need a lot more space to grow. So this is a raised bed. It's about as tall as me. They're healthy, but this is it, like between here and here is enough space. But like these ones, I don't even think this one is going to do anything. I may pull that one out and that'll make some space. They heading up slowly, but I just don't think this is enough space. I tucked some carrots in here too. I did. This carrot's all up and through here. I just scattered them around like that and threw them in here because I had a seed pack that busted. And so I figure, instead of getting rid of something, just throw them in there. And see what they do. But they look okay. They look healthy, but they're not growing well. So I'm not 100% sure why, but I think that it's the spacing, and I'm going to show you why when we get to the inside of the garden. More echinacea is coming in. It does better in the ground than it does in the pot, and I'm going to show you that when we get on the inside of the garden. And this is my final blackberry bush. And this one, see how it hasn't vined out? It hasn't vined out. It is just more or less staying in its pot, in its container. And the other one over there vine. I don't like the vining variety because when you have a small space, you cannot, I ain't gonna say you cannot, but it takes up a lot of space for it to vine like that. But that's what it looks like. That's the outside of my garden, just like this. That's what it looks like. And so yeah, that's what the outside looks like. So let's get into the inside. Now I'm gonna tell y'all what I'm excited about. Y'all see this grapevine? I got one little cluster of grapes last year, and look, y'all, I got grapes right there. I got these grapes growing right here. I got some more right there. This plant it's doing this thing. Now, I didn't prune this right, and the bug's flying on me. I'll have to do that even more right there. I'll have to do that. And even right here, there's a little cluster coming in. But this one has some holes in it, some damage. Probably some kind of beetle, I'm assuming. that's decimating the leaves. So I need to do something about that. Not all of them have that, but quite a few, enough. And here's another one right here. Enough for it to be an area of concern. So I'm going to do something about that. But then this one, this grapevine ain't got none. That one ain't got none. I can't close my fence because these strawberries are running wild, as you can see. But on to the next. So right here, I put in some watermelons. Now these watermelons, these are yellow ones, golden, I don't know what that say. Golden midget. These are golden midgets. I put 3 in there to see what makes it and what doesn't. I'm gonna pop another seed in there in case the transplants don't make it. Watermelons, from my understanding, don't need to be transplanted, and I don't want to not get anything, so I'm gonna just pop another seed in there. These is I think them is loofahs. Yeah, these is loofahs. 3 in there. Now the weather hasn't really been warm, so I don't know what they'll do and what they won't do, but I know I ain't got time to wait around, especially with this weather. American Yardlong cucumbers, and you can already see this ain't did nothing, so I could pull that out. Some winter squash here, which I use this soil, what I had, and you can see how hard it has gotten on the surface. So I need to water that and wash that in. And then this is some honey nut, and this one is some Blue Hubbard. So I put 4 in there. Whichever ones make it, that's the ones I will keep, and then I'll thin out the rest. And I'm gonna pop a seed in there as well. These transplants I had in plug trays, and because I had them in plug trays and I let them sit for so long, they may or may not do anything. Now I'm doing a little experiment over here. These are some onions that I grew last year. And they were really small, and I thought, maybe I would just pop them in the ground to see what they do, and I'm wondering if they're gonna bulb up, like the ones you get from the store. Now they may not. I have one right here too, and a couple of them down there. They may go to seed. And if that's the case, then I'll just get the seed, because I know I grew them from seed. But it would be nice to have a little bit of something bulbing up. Like even this one. I just stuck them in the ground because they were so small. And I figure, it don't hurt. It don't hurt. I got a volunteer sunflower right there. And then I put some cucumbers in. Now again, these cucumbers, let me come around here. These cucumbers are, ooh, there's a spider on me. These cucumbers are transplants right there. They got some new leaves on it. No, that's a zucchini right there. And there's another one down there. I ain't about to get in this bed because I didn't set it up right with this trellis, and I don't know how the heck I'm gonna get in there. But at any rate, I did. So right there is a zucchini. Down there is a zucchini. And I ain't about to get in there because I don't know how the heck I'm gonna get in there, because I done messed around and not made no space for me to get up in here. Now, these ones is cucumbers. They got some new growth on it right there. Right there. Right there. I planted 3. And then I popped in some okra seeds right here that then came up. Now, I did the same thing with my peppers over here. I put them in a sunken container. They already have flowers on them. They doing okay. Well, some of them are doing okay. Some of them aren't. But last year, I tried to put these peppers in a container, and they did not. No, I tried to put them in the ground, and they didn't do well. So I'm gonna try this sunken container method because I figured maybe they will root up good before they actually get down to the clay soil. But this bed here was amended anyway, because this is a bed that I regularly plant in, so they may be fine. I got some peppers coming in. Look like some I don't know if that's a Spanish or a banana. And then here I got peppers coming in, some down there, and then I'll come around here so you all can see. Right here, you can see these are mild jalapenos. These are, I think these are, these might be bills. I don't know. I didn't label these ones. I know these thin leaves are usually cayennes. And then all the way down, I have flowers. So, there's that. And weeds and garlic and onions. And I haven't done anything with this bed. I got to get to it. Now, moving on. Here, I got my oregano bush that comes back every year, of course. Some thyme that I figured out does better and overwinters well in containers. And I actually like that it runs over, so I may cut some of these and do some rootings so that I have it. I even put my sage back here too, which it ain't really doing that great, but I think it'll do better back here than it did in that little pot. Them strawberries is coming in. As you can see, they small, but they'll eat good. And then this brassica bed is doing much better. So this is brassicas and carrots. Y'all can see these carrots in here, in each row in between the brassicas, and these are finally starting to pick up a little bit. Judging by the purpling of the leaves, I need to give these some fish emulsion, and so I will do that. But they're starting to size up, not like the other ones that are struggling. And so you know, usually the weather, if that's the case, then the weather plays a factor in what's going on with the brassicas. I never have been good at growing brassicas though. I really haven't. This is my echinacea, and that, I say it don't do well because this pot dries out fast, and echinacea spreads quickly. So, and see how it's diseased at the bottom, or the leaves are dying. I don't know if that's a disease or the leaves are dying. But it does that in this pot every year, and the echinacea that I have in the ground does not. So I think I'm going to move it. I just harvested this mint, and I don't know, when I harvest it, it always does this. Anybody know if this is a fungal disease or what? But the mint always does it at the bottom, usually after I harvest it. Only thing I'm going to try to do is, I ain't gonna spray nothing. I'm gonna just clean up the bottom and where it looks diseased and go from there. I don't know, even down here, I don't know why it's doing that, but I've seen that before. I gotta look that up to see why this mint is got some browning on the leaves like that. So if you haven't been here, you'll know that I plant my fruit trees in the back. So I have an almond here. I need to pinch this almond off, but it's so cute, y'all. I don't want to. It'll fall off on its own if it don't want to grow. But this tree is small. It's only a year old. This is a new addition to the family, but I haven't planted it yet. But I put it in a hole, sort of. I mean, I got to dig out the hole. That's an apple tree. And it was a gift for Mother's Day. But it already got some like red rust disease stuff on it. So, I don't know. I don't know, y'all. I don't like the way that's looking. This is my apple tree that's a couple years old. It's been leafed out. This is a dwarf, but you can see how tall it is. But it is a dwarf variety. This is a Golden Delicious. The one that I just bought is a Golden Delicious. This one, I don't remember what this is. This one might be, I know it's not a red variety because I don't really like red apples. So I'm not sure. Oh, it might be a Granny Smith. It might be that. And then down here, this is the one that I said it didn't come out of dormancy. I don't think it's dead. I ain't able to scratch this with my nail. Oh, maybe it's coming out. What's this? Is that coming out? I hope so. I get afraid because the last tree I had that didn't come out of dormancy, it actually died. But this is a very mature tree. I've had it for a while. I got some random strawberries in this pot. These rooted out on their own. I didn't put these in this pot. These strawberries, y'all know how they do. They do their own thing. So, don't worry about that bed. I ain't cleared it out yet. But it still got some things in there growing. But I got to clear that out. So, a few more things I'll show you. Oh, I got another pear tree. I bought another pear tree, which I bought both of the pear trees, the new pear and the new apple from Mark's, and they both have this rust on it. So I really don't like that they have this rust on it. I may not buy any more trees from there if that's what they're gonna be doing. It says pear assorted. I don't like that it says assorted either. I kind of like to know what variety I have. This is a kiwi berry that's climbing up the apple tree, but I don't want it to climb up the pear tree. I would like for it to climb up the trellis. Now, I got a small space, and I think I'm in trouble with this thing. Look how big it is, and you need 2 of these, y'all. I dug this out from, y'all want to see something cool? Look at this big old mushroom. What kind of mushroom is that? Anybody know? Ooh, cool. Anyway, there go another one too. But anyway, I'm in trouble, y'all, with this kiwi berry. Now, I knew the thing would grow out of control. I knew I had a small space. Did I get it anyway? Yep, I did. And when I say this root ball was like this big around, and this is only a year old. So I don't know what I'm gonna do with this thing, y'all. I don't know. I need some land. Anybody got any land I can borrow? I need some land. Got some weeds back here. And here's my other one. It's looking sad, but it'll settle in. Hopefully it don't die. This look like that look like raspberries down there. I hope it ain't. Y'all know them I swear that look like raspberry. Y'all know them raspberries be getting everywhere. Okay, let's move on. Now, this bed here, I got to complete overhaul it. this all went to seed. These are my collards from last year. They're gonna put some more tomatoes in this bed. I have not showed y'all my little sad tomatoes yet. They are not doing well. They are looking pretty rough. See, here's my tomatoes. This one actually looks okay, but these ones, y'all, and it's stressed and flower. I'm gonna have to do something else with that. Yep, that ain't gonna work. But I did plant some over here that are doing well. Like this one looks good. These ones look sad. I planted some onions in here as well. That one looks sad right there. These leaves are purpley. It was sad when I put it in there though. So I thought maybe I could save it. It might bounce back. And this one looks okay. And I got some celery here. More onions here. These are some that I planted from seed. This tomato plant actually looks okay. That one not so much. And then all of these greens, you guys, I'm behind on harvesting. So these are my Dollar Tree stackables. I really need to harvest these. This is the spinach. It's gone to seed. That's cool. But I'm going to harvest these leaves, greens, and probably cook them for dinner today. And I am going to give this planter good water. I'll just do mixed greens since they're growing somewhere. Some of these are not getting as much sun as they need to. And you know what? I should have put some casters on the bottom so that I can turn these planters every so often. I haven't gotten to that yet, but I have more of these in my garage space, so I might go ahead and put some planters. So these are actually collards, and as you can see, you can plant some collards in a small space. These got some bugs on it, but I'll get it off. Collards. These are more collards here. Look how big these leaves is. This is a giant red mustard, but it's gone to seed. But I'm wondering if I pinch that off like that, would I still get, would it continue to grow if it's done? It's probably done, but I can harvest those leaves. More collards over here. This one got a slug hole in it. And you can tell by the pattern of the hole. See how it's large like that? That's a slug hole. Forget what these are. Red Russian kale, maybe. That might be some red Russian. Got some regular lacinato kale back there. Red Russians. I think that's red Russian. If I'm wrong, y'all let me know. And more mustard greens. I forgot what that is. But see how they're starting to yellow? I need to harvest. And this one is stressed and going to seed. But this one, I found out this variety last year, it didn't go to seed like the rest. And so I really liked that it lasted all summer long, even through the heat, and didn't bolt. And then I just tucked in some onions. I got more onions down here. More celery over here. And these sad little tomatoes, which I might leave and I might not. So here's all my peas coming in. They coming in. All these flowers. You can see them there, there. And that's what they look like. Peas are finally starting to come. With this weather warming up, they doing their thing. I tucked in some wild blackberry bushes. I know y'all, they gonna get big. But, you know, I deal with that when it come. I deal with that. And there's some onions tucked in here too. I tucked in some onions at the bottom. This weather just hasn't been warm enough to do for the things to get going. But now that it is, then we'll get something. And then here goes some sad tomato plants right here. And this grapevine that I didn't prune that's growing out of control. Now, these brassicas are doing well. I ain't gonna uncover this right now, y'all, because I don't feel like it. But y'all can see in there. These are broccoli. These broccolis are starting to do very well. They look good, finally, with the weather. Now, I got a couple holes in here. Y'all know I'm going to cover that, or that white moth is going to get these broccoli. So, I'll fix that up when I get a chance. But, last thing I'm going to show y'all, that's my compost bin. I ain't did nothing to that. I haven't. I ain't even going to lie to y'all. Haven't done anything to it. But, look at my potatoes. I planted these. All of these are white potatoes. So these are the store-bought white potatoes that I planted. They have all come up. They are doing well. I'm probably going to go ahead and look. Now, we looking at this. Y'all look real close. That's a potato beetle. Can I focus in on it? Right there. That is not, don't be fooled. That's a beetle right there, and it will chew these leaves down. So since I seen that, I'm gonna go ahead and, first of all, can't get him off. He in there. Come on, get on about your business. So now that I know that he is there, there's an awareness that he's there and will chew down my leaves, and they come at this beginning of the season like this. And so, since I know that, I have to just be aware. But, y'all want to see something cool? Look, y'all. A ladybug. I don't usually never get no ladybug. But I got one today. Hey, ladybug. In my strawberries. I really gotta, I got clusters, y'all. And I love it. I do. I love it. I gotta go ahead and prune and put down some slug bait though. But at any rate, that's it. This is another experiment. These potatoes were tiny, and I just threw them all in here because I had this dirt, and I'm like, you know, whatever. Throw them in there and see what they do. I'm gonna put some bone meal in here too so they can get going. So I have quite a lot going. I still haven't done the rest of my tomatoes. I got a couple bushes I gotta plant. I got some things I got to research. I still got zinnias, sunflowers I got to do, and you know, you just do one thing at a time, because if you don't, you get overwhelmed. There's a lot that hasn't been done, guys. But I'll be planning out some more red potatoes. That's kind of my next thing. Tomatoes are a staple in my garden, so the ones that still look good that are not planted out yet, I'm gonna go ahead and take that collard green bed and flip it for the tomatoes. Probably succession plant some more carrots, and yeah, that's where I'm at with it. You know, I know this weather ain't been great. I know I done said that a million times, but I'm just reiterating that it ain't been hot. So things are growing just a little bit slower this season, and you know what, that's all right. That's all right. Still stay the course, get out there, get planting, and you know, do what you can. All right, y'all take care. That's gonna be it, and I will see you guys on the next video. Bye for now.